Greetings, we have network things and coffee. Yeah, this is the PlayStation 2 hard disk drive adapter as well as the network adapter, the one that we got here in the US, or one of them at least. I don't know, that's the one I have. So SCPH 10281. So we have an IDE interface for hard drive, Molex power right there, and then this connects, the whole thing just goes into that back port of your PlayStation 2 that you normally stash your weed. But yeah, it actually had a real technological use. So you got Ethernet and a modem connection there, like dial-up. But I'm mostly interested in the hard disk here because I've never used any of this. And when I got a PlayStation 2, new-ish, almost, not really, in the box recently, I got this as well because I'm like, dude, I want to try this out finally. And so it came with all this. I don't think the network adapter was actually used because it was all sealed up when I got it. Again, relatively speaking, who cares? Doesn't matter. It's in good condition, then that's kind of all I wanted. This hard disk, though, is in completely unknown condition. I don't know what's on it. I don't know if anything is on it. I bought this separately, kind of on a whim as a display prop. And there were multiple versions of the hard disk that Sony put out there. And this one is the 40 gigabyte one, I believe a Mac Store made thing. And yeah, 40 gigs SCPH 20401. There were different versions in different territories and different versions in the US. And of course, the original one in Japan was this external PCM-CIA thing that was just awesome looking. But as far as I know, pretty much all you have to do, assuming that the jumpers are correct, is just plug this in and then we'll screw that in place here. And then just plug this into the PlayStation 2. I don't think there's much more than that because I was looking through the manual here. It came with, this is all the stuff it came with. So we had some ads for things, trial thing for EverQuest Online Adventures. Yeah, America Online. And let's see, this right here, which just says, make sure it's turned off, like fully turned off before you do any of this. No duh. And here is the manual, which really is just this little bit. And at least in English, there's just this little bit. And it doesn't say much in terms of doing the setup process. Like, it just really goes over the networking part of it. And yeah, it's like, stick it into the bay there, make sure it's screwed in, and connect a telephone cord and or networking cable, and there you go. And it doesn't say anything in here about the actual hard disk side of things, at least not what to do with that. So I'm assuming that it was probably just a completely different kit that came with the hard disk and the network connector and all that stuff together, maybe for Final Fantasy or whatever. But I got them separately, so I'm just going to try and plug them together and see what happens. But we do also have this for this disk. I need more coffee. Oh my goodness. All right, so the network adapter startup disk version 2.0. And this does go into the, again, just the networking. But I'm hopeful that maybe this will at least be something that we can look at a little bit. I haven't looked to see what exactly has been done in terms of like bringing back these servers and that kind of stuff. I know I'm more familiar with those projects for the original Xbox. I'm sure there's some for the PlayStation 2 as well. It's got to be. It's more popular. But as a, like, are we going to be able to use My Street? I don't know. I imagine not, but possibly. It's not really in the scope of this video. I mostly want to, while I am going to try this, I really want to see if the hard disk does anything. And, yeah, see what happens when you plug this in, because I've never done that on a PlayStation 2. And it seems fun. The idea of having a hard drive at all on a console back then, to me, was nuts. And so this right here just seems kind of like a 20-some years in the making kind of want to do project. Here we go. Is this going to screw in anything? I mean, it's not really screwed in, is it? Actually, I think it just screws into the back of the PS2, so here is the one we're going to be using. The one of mine that works the best. This is, yeah, one of the 50,000 ones /N. And you'll just take this expansion bay cover off. take out whatever we have stashed in here. Don't need that right now. And here we go. Really does seem simple. I'm curious if this is it. Yeah, that got some screw holes there. That makes sense. Neat. We have a hard drive and networking on our PlayStation 2. Would have been wild in 2002 to have this going on. Let's see what happens when you turn it on, because I genuinely don't know. Oh. Oh, I hear the hard disk spinning up. It's like it's going into a game. Though I don't imagine it is, but that's like normally what would happen if it were loading a disk. Oh, I see a hard disk LED indicator lighting up down there too as it was going. So oh, interesting. Look at that. That's immediately popping up with mouse and keyboard options. Okay. And yeah, I still haven't replaced the clock battery in here, but interesting. Maybe there's something in the browser. Yeah, look at that. HDD in addition to our memory card. Well, all right. So we've got Final Fantasy XI Online, saves, Tetramaster, Play Online Viewer. Oh, nice. Okay. So apparently you can just put your save games on the hard disk as well, because yeah, none of these are mine. So whoever had this, that's pretty cool. Dude, I got a Sims save on here, all kinds of stuff. Look at all this. Enter the Matrix. Honestly, not a bad selection of games. Yeah, so like 26.5 gigs free. Camera was going out of sync. Had it on the wrong settings. Anyway, so I'm assuming that just the stuff that is on here, yeah, like this, you'd need the disc or whatever. I don't have the discs for any of these. We do have this, so I don't know if we can do anything with it at all, but we'll try. I'm genuinely going into this blind here. No clue what's going on. All right, let's just try this out. The sexy is green with envy. This is delightful. Yes. Yeah, I'm digging that. All right, so it's checking for network adapter. I guess I found it. I agree. So, yeah, let's do LAN. Not that I have it plugged in. Got our demos here, advanced, and help. All right, let's just do this. Oh, okay. Good enough. Oh man, some good tests in here. Got ping, traceroute, network, lookup, speed test. Dude, I'm kind of tempted. I should just grab an Ethernet cable and plug this in, right? I mean, right? I wonder what the screensaver is. I got themes. SOCOM, of course. Network universe. Is that it? Nope. Other SOCOMs. Amplitude, heck yeah. Whatever that, yeah, amplitude, IADBR reviewing. Okay. I'll go with this amplitude one. One of my favorites. Although I don't think I had an online component, did it? Maybe it did. Just checking out my copy here. Online, Ethernet, broadband, or analog modem required. So it does have an online mode. Up to 4 players. That's pretty cool. Kind of like to try that. It's fun enough with just 2. But, you know, all right. Well, dang, man. This is just straight up working so far. Good deal. Let's see what we got in the demos. NBA 2K3, EverQuest Online, My Street, Amplitude. All right. Final Fantasy 11 Online, Midnight Club 2. I guess it was listed on here. I just forgot. Yeah, there's Amplitude right there. All right, so Midnight Club 2, just a video, as is Final Fantasy that. But yeah, playable demo, EverQuest Online. I'm assuming that we're not going to be able to do anything with these. I mean, some of these have like offline stuff, like Amplitude. I have the demo disc for that, which was, yeah, it just came like this with just one song from POD. But I'm curious if it's the same thing. Oh, trying to connect stuff. All right. Interesting. So it requires online even for a game that would have an offline mode normally. Right. So it's probably the same for all these. Yeah. Let's just double check. Obviously. EverQuest. What? Okay, so that was actually going to open? The one that I figured wouldn't? EverQuest Online? You have never played any EverQuest game, so I have no idea what we're in for. If we'll even be able to do anything. I'm surprised it's letting us get this far, or if we're just going to get to a point. Requires a memory card in slot 1 with 3K, or 3 megs. Where are my other memory cards? All right, so this card is free. Let's try this again. While I'm at it, I'm going to just plug in the Ethernet and just see what happens. Oh, all right. It failed. I mean, I'm assuming that because there's just nothing to like actually connect to, right? If this is actually trying to connect to some kind of server, then I imagine that's not going to be possible without running some like server emulator or modified something from the community. I don't even know what's out there. Cool. Right. As what I assumed. Yeah, it lets you get this far before checking the networking. All right. Available in stores now. I wish. I would genuinely like to try this. Again, maybe there's some sort of community project or something that I could install on something, I don't know, homebrew, free McBoot. Well, well, that might be one other thing I want to try here. I'm just going to run this video, though. I mean, that makes me want to play it, and I have. It's great. It's just Midtown Madness 2 with a bunch of extra good stuff.
You have been part of the fantasy for years.
No, I haven't.
Now, a familiar experience is transformed into an extraordinary event. You are here. Inside.
Oh, crap.
Journey with comrades online from around the globe. Unite in quests with unique characters. Encounter incredible new worlds and cultures. Evolve within the experience as the fantasy expands.
I mean, it looks pretty sweet.
Final Fantasy XI takes online gaming to a new level in ways you never dreamed. Join the ultimate massive multiplayer experience.
Massive.
The fantasy continues. Now and forever.
This winter, 2025.
Rated T for teen.
Oh man, requires hard disk drive too. Good stuff. Yeah, wish we could play anything. So there is something else I want to try here. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, free McBoot. Just gonna see if we can access the hard disk contents, which I'm sure we can, but just want to see what that's like. Yes, we'll do. All right, so this, I believe, yeah, that's spinning up the hard disk. Awesome. So yeah, there's our files right there. Wonderful. So we also should be able to copy paste things, like say from a USB capable dealio, like this is a micro SD memory card adapter. I can take files and then copy them off of there and put them directly onto the hard disk, and then in theory, like running ISOs off the hard disk. I'm actually not sure how well that works. Now it does work just doing this, running DVD images for things off of that, so I'm assuming that the hard disk would be quick enough. Well, anyway, there's the saves, okay. Could back up this random person's save games from 2004. I just gotta try it. I'm gonna try it too. I'm basically gonna, yeah, get an ISO, take it from this, put it on the hard disk, and see what happens. Why isn't it letting me do it? Maybe I can't do it with this particular card. Maybe I can just do it with a regular USB thing. Once again, I do not know what I'm doing. I'm just farting around. Okay, so yeah, just have it plugged in the card through a USB micro SD adapter thingy. What am I looking for? This. So let's see if we can just copy something. Let's see. Copy that. Well, I don't know how to make another directory. But it looks like I can just paste it in here. Sure. This will take a while. That USB is not going to be fast. We'll see what happens in about an hour, I guess. Or not, because the paste failed after about 15 minutes. I mean, you know, short of like taking the hard drive and physically plugging it into another system and then copying it over through Windows or something. I don't know. I don't even know if it'd be worth doing. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Probably a better idea than trying to do it through USB on a PlayStation 2 anyway. Not readable. Yeah, see, I was curious about this too. Especially considering this thing is meant to also run Linux, right? Maybe it's some other file system like that. It's not getting much information here at all. I'm going to look it up. I'm sure there's a program to let us read this. Had to go over to stupid Windows 11. Don't see anything on Mac immediately. But PFS BatchKit Manager. This seems to be a thing people recommend. Interesting. Yeah, well, I guess I should plug it in first. Ooh, it found it. Well, that's friggin' great. Dang. So I was just considering copying over an ISO, but does that mean install? Not exactly sure. Because yeah, I don't like have a fully modified PS2 or anything. I was just running free McBoot. Oh crap. Well, it just straight up detected. I don't know how that's gonna work. Because again, I wasn't planning to install it. Who knows? Let's just see what happens. I'll do this one this way and then copy another one over another way. All right, so I'm installing this one supposedly without OSD or something. We'll see. All right, let's see if it did anything. Yeah, I'm looking around. I don't actually see, like, there's some new folders or whatever, but in terms of like files or anything would be large enough to have those games, I don't actually see them on here. Maybe it'll show up in here. This would be normally how I would just load the games, but I was just wondering if you could see the files. I didn't see them. Well, nothing's showing up there. Oh, well, there we go. It did actually copy over like 2 versions for some reason. I copied it twice, but I did it different ways. I don't know. Let's just try Underground 2. Heck yeah, dude. All right, well, I just had to enable the hard disk in the OPL HDD, whatever it is, loader. Guess I did the trick. Nice. Yes. Well, cheers to that. I was beginning to think it wasn't going to work for a minute.
Hi, I'm Brooke Burke.
Yeah, okay. Copyrighted music. Really don't want to turn this off, but I got to. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's a wonderful car selection. Oh, yeah, let's just go for the 240. By the way, have y'all seen that recent like community patch, update, remaster effectively? Like it's crazy stuff that people have been doing with this, and I did not even realize, but I saw a video pop up on my YouTube feed the other week and was like, holy crap. They've added so many more like parts and options and components and capabilities and things. Like it's just kind of awesome that this is still such a well-loved game that's getting that kind of community support. I mean, I should have expected it, but still. All right. Man, I haven't played this on the PS2 in so very long. It's very crunchy looking. I mostly played this on PC. Oh my goodness. Man, it really needs the music. Oh. I mean, it's not bad with just the engine, but, you know, it's missing a little something, a little oomph. What can I say? I live my life a quarter mile at a time, okay? It's about family. Ah, man. I am so glad that works. I wonder if there's a way to get back to... I'm sure there is a way to get back to that menu without, like, physically doing that. But I don't know the shortcuts. All right. OutRun coast to coast. Anyway, it seems more than playable, just off a regular PS2 IDE. Oh my goodness, that is loud. Anyway, yeah, I was really curious about the general performance and loading and all that kind of stuff from an old school hard drive, but it seems to be fine. Because obviously, see now, like everybody's like, install an SSD or IDE to SATA adapter or M.2 or what. I don't know, I've seen all different kinds of options that people stick in their hard disk bays nowadays. But IDE seems to work okay, at least so far. You know, I'm sure there's some outlying situations where maybe this kind of hard disk wouldn't make sense, but seems to be fine here. It's very oddly quiet without the music.
What fun!
It's such a silly game. It's wonderful, though. Yeah, I guess I could try the music on here. I don't know if this particular game is prone to getting struck. I just, you know, play it cautious. So it goes. All right, well, anyway, that is it for this video, I suppose. This is pretty awesome. The fact that it's just the straight-up networking adapter thing with the an original Sony PS2 hard disk in there, and just free McBoot. Sure, there's better ways to do what I just did, but whatever. Thank you very much for watching.